So how can we actually get more personal, make our own traditions, do something a little bit different? Let's make our ceremonies ours. Right guys, let's do this. Hello lovely couples and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, wedding planner and owner of Bluebird Creative. I provide a weekly dose of wedding planning goodness for the modern couple as well as digital downloads. So if you haven't already guys, then make sure you subscribe to my channel and don't forget to come and follow me over on Instagram and TikTok at bluebird_creative, where I am a little bit more real, raw. We show you real weddings, lots of stories. Come and join me. Come and join me, my friends. Okay, so today I thought it'd be really fun to talk about some different wedding traditions that we can be incorporating into your wedding ceremony. Give you some ideas. I've done some research. I've seen some cool things, so I thought I would share them with you. Okay guys, so let's just dive straight in. We're not talking about typical traditions, we're talking about different ways to make your wedding morning ceremony yours. You will typically find that a celebrant-led wedding will probably give you these ideas or some ideas along these lines to help you incorporate them into your wedding ceremony and make them more personal. But here we go, I'm sharing some different ideas with you. So number one, this isn't quite part of the ceremony, so I'm throwing it in there first, is doing first looks. This is a big thing over in the US. We don't do it over here in the UK. If you do it over in any of the other countries that you guys are in, then please do let me know. Or if you do something different, then again, let me know, because I would love to learn more about what's happening all over the world. But typically a first look is when the bride and groom see each other for the first time before the ceremony. So over here, first look is typically when the father of the bride sees the bride for the first time. But actually, some people are adopting this American tradition that's sort of coming in of seeing the groom beforehand. And that's really lovely because it's very personal. You can capture some beautiful raw emotions without everybody else there. So that's one tradition that you might want to incorporate. And these are like modern traditions, okay? These are like the new cool traditions. Although some of them are actually probably date back to a really long time ago and then have kind of become modern and cool. So just roll with me on that one. Okay, this one is definitely new and I did a TikTok on this and it was very, very popular. So needing to share with you guys because I haven't actually shared it over here yet. So this is really cool. You would get the couple, when you're standing at the altar, typically, even if you're having free-flowing guests and no seating and you're really, really chilled, you'll typically still have the bride's family on the left-hand side at the front and the groom's family on the right-hand side at the front, even if it's just the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, because guys, they typically are sat there because when they come down the aisle with you, they need somewhere to sit and it's at the front. But try this one, my friends. I love this idea. So one of my couples did it this year and it was just wicked. Instead of having bride's family on the left and groom's family on the right, switch it, because the bride will be standing on the left and the groom will be standing on the right. So when they're looking at each other and then they go to look into the front row, typically they're seeing their partner's family. If they've switched, they're saying their vows and doing all the ceremony traditions that they've chosen to each other, and then when they turn their head to the right, their family and their special people are sat there looking at them. And I love that. I wish I'd done that. You know, that is special, and I just think adopt that one, take that one. There you go, my friends. That's a lush one. So next one we've got is writing your own vows. It's not typically new, but it's lovely. It's super personal. And even if you're having a civil ceremony, there is still the option to add in your own vows, which I think is really nice. So you can still have that personal element into a civil ceremony and exchange your own vows that you guys have written. So another fun modern tradition that you can do. Now onto the different ones. Some are really old school, some I haven't heard of before. When I was doing my research, found them and was like, yes, I love this. So let's go with it. Ring warming. So this is a tradition where before the bride and groom exchange rings, they are handed around friends and family and they are warmed in their hands. Now this symbolises that those friends and family members are warming the rings with their love and blessings and positive energy, and then they are handed back to the couple where they then exchange their vows, and obviously the rings then symbolise their love for each other. So it's a really lovely way to incorporate your guests into your ceremony. And I get a lot of people that actually ask in our Facebook group and again in the comments and in my DMs about how they can incorporate family members or friends into their wedding ceremony. And this is a really good way of doing it. Instead of just having them doing readings or being witnesses, doing something like that and asking particular people to be part of that little ceremony, I think is wonderful. So definitely one for you guys to consider if you want something a bit more personal and you want to incorporate more people into the ceremony. The next one is unity candles. So this one is where the bride and groom will each have a candle and they will light the flame, and then they bring the flames together to unify themselves, their love, their families, and so on. So that's really lovely. And then that flame may then light a unity candle that they light together, or another way of them doing it is where they have an actual unity candle. They each have a candle and they light that candle together. So different ways of doing it. But essentially you're lighting a candle, which is unifying your love, your families, and all the things. So that's a really lovely tradition. Another one is hand fasting. So this is where the bride and groom will hold hands, typically opposite hands, because that's making a figure of 8. Which symbolises eternity. And then the hands are tied together, or fastened together by the person hosting the ceremony, and that's usually done with ribbon. So I think a lot of celebrants tend to sort of lean into this, or it's one of the ideas that a lot of couples go with for celebrants, and it's just a lovely personal touch to your ceremony. Okay, these next two I have not come across, and I found in my research, and I think, yes, these are great. So one of them is a sand ceremony. Bear with me, my friends. So a sand ceremony essentially is where you have a vessel and then you have 2 different vessels filled with sand, typically 2 different colours. Now this could be personal. You could have collected sand from somewhere that's special to you, from a holiday, from where you met, from where you first holidayed together, from where you got engaged, anything like that, from your hometown perhaps. But typically there'll be different coloured sands, and then you pour the sand into the new vessel, and again it's a way of symbolizing you coming together. If you're having a beach wedding or anything like that, it's obviously a really nice way of kind of incorporating that theme in. What I love about this is the fact that you can keep that vessel is something that you can keep forevermore. It symbolizes your wedding day, you coming together, and I really love that. And it's really pretty too, especially if you do it so that you've got all the different levels of sand and they are those different colors, so you pour a different bit at a time. So I really love that idea. I think it's super fun. So I'm throwing that over to you guys as a new idea. And then the other idea I found was potting a plant. So I've seen that a couple could pot a plant together in their ceremony, and I just thought it was fun. If you're having an outdoor ceremony, I think that's really just a fun idea of bringing new life, a new chapter, working on something together, that kind of thing. So just potting the plant, feeding it with some water, and then again, it's a plant that's it makes me feel emotional, that it's going to grow. Your love is going to grow and all those things. So you can see that over your marriage together, how that plant will grow into something bigger. And I love the symbolic reference for that, as well as just doing something a little bit different in your ceremony, what it symbolises, seeing it. Yeah, I love all the things. I love it. So there we go, guys. I'm such a sap, aren't I? All these little ideas make me feel like emotional. I love it. I love personalisation. Anyway, guys, I hope you found these ideas helpful, if not just making you feel all warm and cosy like they have for me. And if they've given you some different ideas, that's amazing. Let me know what you're doing if you're doing anything different. I would love to know. Again, guys, I threw out the idea recently of doing a VIP low-level membership for you guys, and I would love to hear your feedback and see if it's something that you might be interested in. So literally just something as low as £5 a month, getting access to a live Q&A with me every single month, as well as being on a VIP email list, getting discounts on some of our wonderful brands that we work with. So if that's something of it that interests you, then do let me know in the comments below, because I want to work with you guys to create something that you need. So let me know if that's something that you think would be beneficial. Anyway, guys, have an amazing week, and I'll be back next week with some more wedding planning goodness. See you later.